Hi, I'm Psaila and welcome to today's episode. Today we're speaking about outsourcing to create leverage in your business. Now, why outsourcing? Now, I get to see business owners literally all over the world and they always ask me the same question. I mean, why go with an outsource team? Why, kind of put yourself at risk through that, or why go with, somebody that's in, another part of the world? Why not keep it all in-house? Well, to be brutally honest, I think in today's day and age, I don't believe that it's a national type of business environment that we're in. I believe that we're actually in a global business environment. In other words, you can access people from all over the world at really, really fair prices. That's win for them, and most importantly, win for your business. Now, the advice that I give all business owners is always to keep the costs as low as possible in your business, so that maximizes your return. And a great way to do that is not only to find somebody that can do it, at a cheaper investment than what you're normally spending on somebody, but most importantly, to take some of the heavy lifting away from you as a business owner. In other words, that you don't have to do it all. Now, what do I mean by that? See, so many business owners, especially small to medium business owners, want to be doing anything from, bookkeeping to account work to, social media to content creation, emailing their data list, sales, operational procedures, all of these things. And if you're either a solopreneur or you're somebody that's got, small business, 10, 15 employees, and you're trying to do all of this yourself while everybody else is doing, what they do, well, guess what? Sooner or later, you're either going to get burnt out or you're going to, cut some corners, and the end result of that usually isn't the right way. So why outsourcing? I mean, why is it important? I believe that in today's market, you can find amazing people around the world with so many great skill sets that can do the work for you. Now, the best part about it is, guess what? You can have your business literally running 24/7. Why? Because people around different parts of the world, while you're asleep, they're actually working. So in other words, business is open 24/7. That's kind of a good thing. Now, in saying that, there's also people around the world that maybe don't get paid as good as maybe what we have it here. And the reason being is why? Because they're just in different parts, geographically. So with you giving them work, not only do you usually pay above the award wage of what they're getting, but most importantly, maybe they're getting a constant stream of work where they may be able to do part-time. Now, in saying that, with outsourcing, it's not necessarily that it needs to be, in different parts of the world. Outsourcing is done within your geographic and or demographic location as well. So, and you can have outsource teams that are either full-time, or you can just have them part-time at your leisure. But the most important part is to, recognize that you can't do it all, and that outsourcing is, a great component, especially if you want to leverage your business. I don't know any business owner that can do it all themselves and grow their business. It's literally impossible, because at the end of the day, you've only got 2 arms and 2 legs, and you can only do so much, especially within a given time frame. Now, I believe that there's 5 components to understanding outsourcing and how to get the best out of your outsource team and make sure that you're getting the right person for the job. Now, number 1 is, I believe it's important to create a list of all the tasks that you're doing, whether it means that it's a daily activity list, it's a weekly activity list, or a monthly activity list, things that you're doing on a regular basis. And that could be anything from the way that you open the factory door if you've got a bricks and mortar style business, or the way that you log in online. Whether it means that you're paying accounts, whether it means that you're writing invoices, creating marketing collateral, posting on Facebook, social media activity, operational activity, whatever it may be, customer support, all the things that you're doing. Just write a list of everything that you're doing so you could see literally all the things that you're doing, and I'll bet you're going to be surprised at how many things as a business owner you actually do on a daily or weekly or monthly basis. Step 2 is calculate the value of each task. And here's what I mean by this. So if you're doing bookkeeping, let's say you're doing bookkeeping on a Sunday night when you're kind of tired, it's 8 o'clock at night on a Sunday, and you're going through the bookkeeping and you're doing sort of 3 or 4 hours on that, and you don't really want to be there, but they have to get it done. First of all, that's probably not the best time to do your bookkeeping. But number 2, it all comes with a price, right? And I believe that there's a cost, whether it means that it's your, health. In other words, you're burning the midnight oil at, both sides, or, maybe it's, time, or maybe it's money. In other words, you want to put price on that. And here's what I mean by that. So if you're spending 3 hours on your bookkeeping, and usually you'll book yourself out at say $100 an hour because you're maybe in consulting or a particular type of service, maybe in the health industry or a consultant in an engineering firm, whatever it may be. If you're somebody that you book yourself out at 100, let's call that 3 hours equals $100 an hour, and that's about 3 hours of your time, so that's about $300. Now, once you've got a value on each of the tasks, you can see how much time you're spending, and if that correlates with how much money you're actually costing yourself by doing those tasks, now you've got a rough figure. Now, it's interesting. Most of them business owners stop here, or they say, you know what, I'm going to save a few dollars and I'll do it myself. Now, it's interesting because when you find an outsource member, let's call it, say, for social media posting, and you're spending 30 minutes every day, and let's call that $50 for 30 minutes if you're charging, let's say, $100 an hour. If you're spending 30 minutes every day, 7 days a week, right, that's already, literally 3.5 hours. So 3.5 hours at $50 per half an hour, you can add up those costs, and you're already seeing how much that's costing at the end of the day. Now, if you can get somebody to do it instead of at $50 for half an hour, but you get somebody to do it for $5 for half an hour, well, you're already 10 times better off. Now, a lot of business owners go, well, but if I do it, it's not costing me money. Well, in actual fact, it's costing you time, and that's actually worse because money you can make, but time you just can't get back. So what I'm trying to show you is once you've got a list of all the dollar value on the task, you can then find the person, that outsource member that you need that can do exactly that same task. And next to it, you can say, if it costs me, $50 for half an hour, this person can do it for $5 for half an hour or $10 for half an hour. Now you can see comparatively how much it's going to cost you. And really, you're actually saving money. Now, number 4 is you need to create an education base. And here's what I mean by that. Most people, when they're finding an outsource partner for their business, they just go ahead and hire whoever it is, and they expect them to know everything about their business or the way that they want it done. Well, guess what? It doesn't work that way. I mean, people need to understand you. Maybe they've never done business with you previously. They're not exactly sure of everything that you need, or you know what? Sometimes maybe you're not explaining it the right way. So it's important at least to have some level of education or some level of process or protocol that you're able to speak to that outsource partner and say, look, here are my objectives. These are things that I can sort of understand to show you. And if you can ask me some more questions of what you're unsure of, then guess what? It becomes a win-win situation because you've narrowed the gap down. What you know, what they know, and what your expected outcomes are. And that's a education process in order to educate them. Now, in my case, as an example, I've used, outsourced members for literally years and years and years. And, I found that it probably takes, 30 days or 60 days if you're getting somebody full-time to take on a lot of multiple tasks to educate them in the right way, and so for them to be, become super productive. And by the way, it's no different to having a full-time employee with you. You still need to spend time and educate them. And then the last part is, guess what? You need to test that person. So I wouldn't go and give them 35 tasks at one go. Test them on 1 or 2 tasks, see what they're like. Adjust that, measure that, change that, and guess what? Test again. And then once you get into the flow of things, once you get the outcomes that you want, once they start to understand your business, they understand you, and guess what? It becomes a win-win relationship all the way around. Okay, I'm hoping that you enjoyed today's episode. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. I'm Psaila, and I'll see you on the upside.